All right. Happy Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we got the crew back together. Well, part of the crew anyway. 3/5 of the crew.
There we go.
3/5.
Yeah.
So I hope they're picking out some good wedding cake. That's all I know.
Hopefully you're able to get my comment about the smushing ability of a cake.
Yeah, good luck with all that.
That's an important factor when you're picking up
I'm sure it is. All right, it's Wednesday, August 25th, and you guys all know who we are. If you don't by now,
God bless you.
It's This Fan's View.
Right.
And we're going to put the wrap on who wore it best. It's been a long and strenuous road. But hey, Eddie O'Keefe just jumped on. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Ed.
Happy birthday, Ed.
We sing happy birthday, but we suck at singing. So
Yes, we do.
you don't.
Well,
you
speak
don't
for yourself.
Wow, I heard you sing. So
I'm not bad. I'm not great, but I'm not bad.
Mo, Larry, and Curly. All right, who's Curly?
Yeah.
That would be me.
And Brian wonders why he gets abused every once in a while with us.
I know, right? He comes right at us. That's okay, though. That's all right.
Exactly. We like it.
It's a give and take podcast.
Exactly.
All right, Johnny, who wore it best? Put the wrap on it.
All right. Well, it's just fitting. It's the last day of training camp, and it's the last day of wrapping up here with who wore it best. And
There you go.
number 97 for Philadelphia, Jeremy Roenick was the winner for the Flyers, beating out Darwin Walker and Kurt Busch. Well deserved there. For 98, Connor Barwin was the winner, beating out Mike Ditka and Julian Peterson. And for number 99, it's a little controversial, but Wayne Gretzky was the winner, beating out Jerome Brown and Mitch Williams and Shota Gucci. So
Well deserved.
well deserved for all of them, exactly. Great run with the who wore it best, and thanks for everybody participating with the votes, and it was an awesome time. Thanks for Lauren for putting up with having to put all the polls up there. Facebook made it difficult for us with that. They were catching on to this little show here, and we just made it hard for the Facebook, I guess. So yeah, we'll find something new to do with that.
Well, I think we'll just jump right into that because I think fantasy football is gonna pick up, and we're gonna need space for that. So
That's
talk
just
to
true
us about that.
Well, this year it's going to be our third year. It's going to be bigger and better this year. Every year we keep improving it. Exactly. So far the host won year one, and the viewers won year two. So this one's the battle for all bragging rights this year. So let's see who comes up with this one. This year we're going to put a little bit of a spin on it. We're still going to do the viewers versus the host. And then this year, our great sponsors at the Carl's Cards decided to we're going to go big with the prize this year and do one grand prize this year. So to keep everybody involved, we're going to like we did last year. We were testing out the theory for each week for the winners. You're each going to get your votes, your points, for each week. So you're going to want to keep playing each week and keep your score, because when the season's over at the end of week 17 here, or actually 18 of the season, the scores will be tallied up, and whoever's the winner is going to win the grand prize, which we will announce next week. So we'll keep you in suspense there. So you're going to want to play every week. You're not going to want to miss any weeks if you want to get into that prize, and it's going to be worth the fun of this year. So yeah, it's all fun. We just like last year, you guys are going to get the first vote or picks for the week. Then we flip flop obviously every week, but you still get the first vote if there was a tiebreaker for a player that week. And then this we'll have our you'll play each of us this week. Each week you'll play a host, and then host will have our own little battle between ourselves. just to see who's the all guru of all gurus of fantasy football. So should be another fun year. And next week after the show, we will have the post up for voting, because we are already now 2 weeks away. So you'll have that whole week to make your team before week 1 of the season, which we'll finish it up probably on that Wednesday again after the show. We'll end the voting, and then because they'll have Thursday night football starting up, so should be good.
So you're okay taking care of all this paperwork and all this who's in first and who's in last and first, and you got that right?
Yep, I've been stocking up with the coupons for Office Max, so we got plenty of paper for this year, and toner built in, so we're good to go.
All right, good, because I think the year 3 is gonna give us a little bit of a wrinkle with a lot of different twists and turns. So,
well, that, and I think
no doubt.
I think with our new sponsor, new location at Hanner Hands, I think we're going to have a big influx of people from that location as well, and I think as well with Dagwoods, we'll be getting a bigger influx of people. So sharpen those pencils and make sure everybody's ready to go this year.
I have a feeling Delco's going to turn out.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I want to jump into that, but first, question number 1: has Jalen Hurts been officially named the starter? Unofficially, he's been named the starter by us. I don't think there is another starter on the team, to be honest with you, Brian Brown. So,
right.
I think it's his job and I don't even want to talk about injuries, but I think it's his job.
Right.
Pure and simple. I know the 3 wide receivers have been named, and I'm glad to see Quez Watkins, jumping in there, because those are 3 pretty fast dudes.
Right.
So I'm pretty excited about that.
No, I don't think it's by default.
No, not at all.
No, I said that as a joke.
Yeah.
No, you got to be careful what you say. Brian likes to, he likes to bookmark everything. So
that's okay. I like to keep people on their toes.
No, I think it's Jalen's job. I really do. I mean, if you guys,
I thought that from the beginning.
Yeah,
you see the way they've been treating him. I mean, they pulled him out with his virus that he had before the game, just as a precaution. It's just all this stupid thing, Shawnee, with everybody. Got to have that competition.
They will eventually.
Yeah, but it's just it's keeping up with his mottos, Sirianni's mottos of competition, and we battle and we attack, and I didn't really see us attacking too much in the preseason, but that's another story, I guess. I guess we do that on the practice fields, but yeah, it should be his job to lose, because we need to figure out what he is, going forward, if he's going to be our guy, because obviously Joe Flacco is not going to be a guy that's going to be here 5 years from now.
Right.
John, hold that thought a sec. Let me ask you this: is he here at the end of the year?
Well, that's it. Even to start the season.
At the end of the year.
Even to start the season, to be honest.
I mean, I know they're paying him what, $3.5 million to be a backup. I'm sure that's a head scratcher.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the Catholic world these days, and you just never know. I don't know that.
Is he there more as a mentor?
I think that's
Is that what they're paying for? More along those lines than who's the kid from San Fran? Mullins, yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know more about him from San Francisco than I do Philadelphia. So,
right, yeah, he had a little bit of a stretch there last year when the quarterbacks got hurt. But
yeah, he played like 8 or 9 games with the Niners.
Yeah, I mean, he played okay, in those games, but they also have, a better team around them. So we'll see. I mean, it should be interesting to see. I think, it's gonna be interesting. They've done well so far in preseason as far as the battles during the week with the inter squad practices. They haven't really shown much in the games themselves, which, why would you being a new offense? People don't know what to expect from you.
Right.
So, maybe you can sneak a couple extra wins in there and get Shawnee's prediction right there, getting up to 9 or 10 wins with stealing a couple early ones. So who knows?
Is he still stuck on that number? I know he was well lubricated that night when he made that prediction. So I'm just curious if that number has changed or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, he was trying to push it up to 14 or 15, but
I know. I walked away at that point.
Right. That's when we changed his beer to water. So he was drinking. He didn't really realize it, but. We colored the water a little bit for him, but yeah.
So we jump right into our Eagles segment, which is perfectly fine. It was a great segue. So we got a new season, we got a new coach, we got all new coaches, maybe a couple of holdovers. What are the expectations? I mean, I know you're not high on the whole Nick Sirianni, deal. What can we expect? Can we expect the unexpected?
Well, yeah, I think they'll be fine. Like, and to clarify, Sirianni as a coach, I think knowledge-wise, he knows football. I just don't know how this high school attitude with the rock, paper, scissors and we're attacking and we're doing this, all that kind of stuff plays when you're having a rough season. It's all good, and the guys seem to be buying in, which is all you need to see. That's a big part of.
But doesn't that always happen at the beginning of the season?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That they buy in, and then if you start losing, you go into a 1-4 record. We'll see how that all works out. But
Joe Stinger's not buying in. He's all but the same results. So Joe's he's been around a while. He's seen all this craziness, and he's a
little skeptical.
Well, I think we all are, because we just don't know. I mean, there's nothing there. You got a rookie quarterback, a rookie head coach. Yep. You got rookies everywhere, except for maybe the defense.
Well, look what happened last time we had a rookie coach and a rookie quarterback.
What happened?
2017.
Yeah, but he didn't finish.
Well, true.
And that was the second year for Peterson. So.
Was it second year for Peterson?
Yeah. He had the 7 and 9.
Oh, that's right. Okay, all right. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
But but still, I mean, but that could happen. That still can happen here. I mean, it's one of those things you have to build. That's why, like I said, I don't see jumping into 10, 11 wins this year. If you get to 6, 7 wins this year, I think that's an improvement, and it's a good season. So especially with our record, our schedule.
So Brian brings up a good point with the unknown. You think that could actually be to their advantage the first couple games?
It could be, but you're also playing tougher teams earlier in the year as well. So the 49ers have a very good defense.
Right.
They had a bad season last year due to all the injuries, and they're getting those guys back. So they're going to be hungry. The Falcons, to start the season, you're on the road against them. They got a lot better players and stuff. So, we'll see. It's we can shock some players, but like I said, it's hard today to be able to say anything because they show everything in practice, which we know here in Philadelphia, watching practice for with the Eagles and guys flashing in the spring training camp, like Quaz Watkins, they disappear sometimes when the lights come on and during the regular season, and they actually start scheming for you where they're just practicing doing their plays, they're not worrying about whether you score a touchdown on that play or not in a practice game or whatever. They're just want to make sure they're in the right spots.
Right. So, John, I'll let you handle Lisa's question.
You all feel like there's something missing.
Do we have anybody that's going to stand out?
Well, we have a chance. I mean, Devontae Smith has got potential to be a superstar in this league if he can stay healthy.
Right.
He can be a big factor in the wide receiver spot. Under this new coaching staff that's going to focus more on a running game a little bit. Can Miles Sanders take that breakout year? If he can catch the ball, you could have a good spot there. And who knows? It didn't seem too well with Jalen Hurts, but he has all the factors off the field.
We got to throw the challenge flag because it's either Larry, Moe, and Curly or Manny, Moe, and Jack.
Well, we got 2 Moes in there, so
and I don't know if he had too many Jacks or what the problem is. But do we need a poll? But to Lisa's question, and that's an excellent question because if I'm reading into it, she may be asking, do we need a veteran wide receiver, some leadership on the field with all these rookie wide receivers? Maybe, I know they talked about that, but
right.
you need some veteran leadership somewhere along, the group. And I don't think they have that in the wide receiver core or the running back core, unless you call Boston Scott a veteran. Now, does Zach Ertz step up and become that leader? Possibly.
The offensive line, your offensive line.
You know what I mean?
With Kelsey and Lane Johnson, I think they're leaders.
Yeah, I was thinking more Kelsey than anybody.
And that's a given. You know what I mean? But I still, you don't see the offensive line, grabbing the receivers and talking to them about formations and routes and and that sort of thing. So
right.
And that's where Lisa was going with that. And again, excellent question. Because I'm a little light on leadership, with that group. And that's going to be important because you have a bad play, you get knocked off the ball and you're not running the right route. That becomes a problem. So who addresses that?
So let me ask you a question. In Philly teams in general, how many times has not having a leader on the team been our downfall?
Yeah.
Quite a bit, huh?
Of late, we always seem to have that guy, though. You know what I mean? T.O. was brought in. Jeffries was brought in most recently. You always bring in that guy. You know what I mean? I know I went from here to there, with T.O. to Jeffries, but you know what I'm saying. We always had that
veteran
guy.
guy. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had a veteran quarterback. You don't have that. You just need somebody. And I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts can't, band the guys together in the huddle and control the huddle and, be that guy. But I mean, what John? What's he got? 4 games? We're talking.
He's got 4 games. 10 plus 10 plays this year in training camp.
So I think that's.
But from all reports, though, I think that they're saying that Hurts is that guy as far as when he runs into guys in the hallways, he's quizzing them if what you're going to do on this play, what you're going to do there. Which again, is high school,
right?
Well, it's high school stuff until it's done on the field. That you have that leadership and that kind of stuff. But but at least he's putting it out there. Which is important to see. So if his arm is able to be an NFL quarterback and throw into those tight windows, and not have to rely on his legs too much to run, it could be a good year. And that he's a big factor to this year. Jalen Hurts, if he takes that step on the field, having those 3 number 1 picks next year are going to be huge that we don't have to use for a quarterback to help this team grow faster.
Right.
So have you swayed? Have you changed your opinion? Because I know early on I wasn't hearing this in the conversation.
Well, no, I don't know that I swayed. Like I said, this is going to be the year that we're gonna tell. I mean, I think last year was a debacle for the whole team in general, so you really couldn't get a true evaluation of any of the players, at quarterback,
right.
or with the wide receivers being bad, for first year guys struggling, the coaching staff that was for lack of term not teaching them the proper routes and stuff like that to do. I think Sirianni and his crew are getting down to the details more, and is on Hurts for his footwork and that kind of stuff. So, like I said, this year we'll find out. So I'm giving him a chance. It's it's a new year. Let's see what he's got, and do it on the field. During the games. So and at the end of the year we'll know.
I like the winning pedigree. I like that, the Alabama, Oklahoma connection, Devontae Smith from Alabama. I like the athleticism, speed. You can't teach speed. You can't coach speed.
Right.
Those are tangibles that just you can't do anything about it. You can either go faster or you can't.
Right.
And I'm excited. I'm excited for a new year. Hopefully we cleaned out all the garbage and we got the house in order.
Mm-hmm.
I like what Howie's done in the offseason. He's made some pretty cool acquisitions. You swing over to the defensive side of the ball. He addressed the secondary. I like the direction of the defense. I'm hoping that D-line, Sweat's a big question mark up front.
Yep.
I think
same with Barnett.
Yeah, Barnett's got to step it up, right?
Right.
He's been around a few years. Sweats is what? Is this his second full-time year?
Full year, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We know what, Fletcher Cox brings you. We know what Brandon Graham brings you. But, I think the game's still won in the trenches, both offense and defense. Let's face it, it's still football, and that's where the games are won and lost. So.
Yeah, and like Joe Stinger brings up, they got to stay healthy. That's
100%.
Right. Staying healthy, they have a shot at it being, a good team, and a good team. Like I said, you might get to 8 wins, if we're going to stretch it.
Right.
But as we saw in the preseason, the backups after we get rid of the starters, we have some trouble.
Right.
So, it's going to be a big key, especially that offensive line staying healthy, to give Jalen Hurts the ability to at that time. Is going to be huge. So we'll see what we can get.
Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We got an exhibition game Friday night in the Meadowlands with the New York Jets.
Yep.
They've been going at it for a couple of days up there, and I understand the Eagles have been doing well. I don't know what you take away from practice, unless you're there and you physically see the matchups and who's winning the battles. But it's going to be a fun season. I think we can all agree that with the things the way they've unraveled here in Philadelphia,
right?
We're always looking for optimism. I know I am. I want to be optimistic and. To answer Ryan's question, I think if you can win 8 or 9 games, that'd be a great season for this team.
Right.
I don't know where I put you at the end of the line. With the Cowboys and the Giants and the Redskins. I don't know that.
Well, you can't finish at 500.
Well,
So either got to be above it or below it.
like we talked with the baseball division, Mario. This division sucks.
Right.
Oh
sorry.
I agree with that. But I'm saying you can't no more 8-8.
Well, no, but you could tie. So you could be 8-8-1.
That's true.
I just don't see anybody running away with the division. If that's what you're saying, you're telling me that somebody's going to be 14-3, 13-4. No, I don't.
Yep.
I don't see that at all.
Yeah, I think 10 or 11 wins at the max.
I don't see that at all.
Yeah, 10 or 11 if everything goes right for a team in our division.
You can look at every team, and we could spend probably hours dissecting. The situations with, none of them have a prime quarterback. Dak's got his issues in Dallas.
Right.
Ryan Fitzpatrick in Washington. I mean, I know it's all about Fitzmagic, but come on, at some point, you're going to digress.
Right.
Who's the quarterback with the Giants?
Daniel Jones.
No, right?
Yeah.
They're back and forth. So I mean,
Cowboys still have Prescott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's coming back off a major, leg injury.
Yeah, his leg was in too.
So, you just don't know. And we keep our fingers crossed. We're all Birds fans. We're all Philly sports fans.
Mm-hmm.
The link will be packed. That. The fans are back, right?
Yep.
So
Lisa asked what Sirianni's contract was. I couldn't find it.
What is it? A 3-4 year
3
deal?
years.
That's why I think it's a 3, maybe with the 4th year option.
Okay.
I think that's a given.
Maybe 5 at the max.
That's a given nowadays.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to give these guys a little bit of an opportunity. But speaking about opportunities, I want to take a minute to thank our new location for the opportunity for us to bring our show to back to Delco, Hanrahan's Irish Pub. And to all our non-Irish people, it's all good.
Right.
It's all good.
Where is Hanrahan's?
The old Waverly movie theater.
Oh, okay. All right.
Back in the day, it was a great hangout for yours truly on Fridays and Saturday nights with the Harris family. We used to, and the Bill Mattis family. We used to enjoy some good weekends over there. It was McGillicuddy's at the time.
Right.
But during the pandemic, they've redone the place. The owner, Jimmy Clark, is a huge sports fan.
Oh, cool.
We've been talking to him for a while.
Do they still do bottomless mimosas on Sunday?
I don't know. I sleep in on Sundays, so I don't know. I don't know. And I'm not a big orange juice guy, so neither one of those work. But I'll find out for you.
There you go.
But we're thankful for the opportunity. We're going to be there throughout the rest of the year. Our first show there is September 22nd with 1980 World Series champion. If you guys can't see that extra large movie poster size poster back there behind John, our guest will be Greg Gross. And the reason for the large poster is, it's an old movie theater, and they still have the unit outside where they would slide the movie posters.
Oh, that's right.
So that's where you'll see that. So if you come out, that you'll see that. So it's a good spot. It really is. It's a great location, great food. John and I were there. We tested out the food. It's as good as it's going to get.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that. We're thankful for that opportunity. The week before, we're at our home in the Great Northeast at Dagwoods with Mickey Morandini. So we're really looking forward to that. We were there last week, and Milt Thompson was absolutely a prime guest. I mean, he just was spot on. The baseball knowledge that spewed out of his mouth was just priceless. Just phenomenal. The place was packed. We had an awesome time. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Our new one being City Distillery, that's jumped on board with us as well. So this thing is moving fast.
Nice.
And we're excited for it. So we got a little diversion from the Great Northeast down to Delco. So we're excited about all this. John has put in a lot of hard work at Dagwoods getting everything set up, and I understand he's got his work set aside for him over at Hanrahan's. But I was there Friday night. They had a rock band there, and their sound system is pretty good.
Nice.
So I don't think it's going to need a whole lot of engineering.
No.
Just hook the board up to it. You should be good.
Yeah, you just got to get their jukebox.
Okay.
Yep. So we're again, it's Hanrahan's Irish Pub. It's literally 10 minutes from Carl's Cards and Collectibles in Havertown.
Right.
So right down, what is that? Right down Eagle Road, right on into Drexel Hill.
Right to the dead end. Right.
Pretty much.
You could take the dead end.
Eagle to Drexel Ave.
Right.
Yep. There's tons of parking around on the side. They're redoing the municipal lot, but it should be up and running in time for our gig.
Yep.
So I'm real excited about it. But
nice.
Yeah. So Greg Gross, 1980 World Series champ. I'm sure that the stories will continue to mount. We've had some great guests. The Bull was great. He's a teammate of Greg's, and Mickey the week before, the 93 team. Some of those stories are priceless.
Yes.
It's absolutely priceless. So if you haven't been, you need to join up with us at some point. Dolly remembers the Waverly. There you go.
Yeah, but I think she remembers it when it was in an actual movie theater.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
That's how I remember it.
Yeah.
So
it's still got the big wraparound.
Oh yeah.
It's legit.
So some of the guests at the Waverly were still there.
They were. Yeah, that's right. Jimmy was talking about ghosts. I was like, I pushed my chair back. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
we may have lost a viewer in Jen. She was a little shaken up when I told her about it.
Really?
well, Jimmy told us an interesting story. He was there with the pandemic, and he was mopping the floor, and the spirit only comes in a small area, and as he's mopping the floor, he sees footprints in the thing.
Really?
Going to the jukebox.
See, I would
or the cigarette machine.
over that.
I think it was the cigarette machine.
Yeah, I'd be all over that.
Yeah, it was. I'm like, oh, it was interesting. So Jen heard that, and she was a little.
So is that going to be where you guys are sitting?
Right. Yeah. Well, no, it's away from us. It's
damn.
That section's away from where we are. But you never know.
Yeah,
So in case you see some images going across the screen when we're there, just say hello to them.
Yeah, it's a great spot. It really is.
Yeah,
When Bill Mattis and I, were going through, the possibilities, and that place kind of just went right to the top, because A, we knew the owner, and B, we knew the location, and C, we knew it had a lot of potential for people to, to circle around. Let's face it, Wednesday nights, nothing's going on, right? Come on out.
There's a lot of history there too.
Yeah, we got raffles to give away, T-shirts to give away, trivia prizes with City Vodka, jumping on board with us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I have no doubt that the place will be packed, and we'll see a lot of familiar faces. So
no doubt.
And I don't want to, go the night without, thanking all of our sponsors, Philip Young's been, on board with us since day one up at Dagwoods with State Farm Insurance. Dagwoods for the opportunity in the Northeast. That's become, I mean, we just roll in there and just immediately go into fun mode. It's a great spot. I'm telling you, the food is just off the charts.
Yeah.
So we've got a new group of people that are coming out for for those events and shows. So who am I missing? Abramson and Dennenberg, just in case anybody gets in trouble, we got you set up for a good law firm.
Mhm.
They're great people. Dave Dennenberg is personal friends of myself, and he's done some work for me, so I highly recommend him. Just a good bunch. So we're very fortunate, very lucky. We're coming out of this pandemic, in really good shape. So
Yeah, sounds like it.
Sports is our motto, right? That's Philly sports. That's what we talk about. It's what we engage with, and this is all of our livelihoods. So we're looking forward to it.
Yep.
So with all that being said, what haven't we discussed? We haven't discussed 76ers.
We haven't.
Well, it's because Lauren hasn't been here.
Well, they're a month away. It's hard to believe.
I
A
know.
month away, and they're going to be going to camp, and we're still kicking the tires on Ben Simmons. All he does is keep buying new cars and throwing up all these phony videos of him making a shot.
The thing is, he's got to get an editor, because the one video, it had the date on it. It was last year's video.
Bad.
That he kept
Really
showing.
bad.
They kept
Really
showing
bad.
it was the same video from last year. I'm like, well, you haven't done anything yet then.
Well, I was listening to WIP this morning, and I go back and forth in the mornings on my drive in to Havertown between who is it? The Fan, Fanatics.
Yeah, 97.5.
97.5 and WIP. And this morning, Billy King was on, former GM of the Sixers, and he had a couple of interesting things to say about Ben. But he's like 99.9% positive that Ben will be back.
Really?
He goes, he goes, if he hasn't been moved by now, he said he's coming back to Philly. He goes, I don't know what it's going to be like in the locker room. He goes, I'm glad I'm not the GM. He said, unless they can pull off, this trade for Lillard, he goes, but Lillard still hasn't even said he wants to be traded. So interesting, his comments. And, I always try to catch the guests when, because, the guys running the show, all they're worried about is ratings.
Right.
And,
Right.
I look to the guests because, they're the important ones, and they have the most knowledgeable stuff to say. So it's going to be interesting, but a month away, Sixer basketball.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think the Sixers aren't doing anything until that Lillard deal is definitely a non-factor for them.
Right.
Because I think that's their goal.
You think that's what they're holding out for, huh?
Yeah, that's what they're holding out for. They think they're going to be able to do it. I just think it's they don't want to give up Maxey, and that's the.
I don't either.
Right, exactly.
I don't either. I think he's a piece that you're going to be talking about for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? Exactly. And I don't want to give him up either. I'll give him all the draft picks, and I don't want to give up Thibault either. So I don't know what we're going to give him.
Right. That's the thing.
But you're going to have to give up something.
Right. And that's what they're trying to figure it out. And like you said, until Lillard pushes the button.
Right.
Because he said he's not going. He actually said something today that he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Right.
What does that mean? Exactly. So whatever that means.
What does that mean?
He's at least talking about it.
Yep.
And I think too, once he realizes he's not going to be able to compete there in Portland,
right?
He's going to want to get out, and especially to come to the East where he can come to this team and have a chance at least making it to the finals.
Yep.
Where he's not going to have that chance in the West at all with those teams.
Brian Brown has assumed GM duties and is keeping us on course, and said the Flyers are around the corner too. And they are. That is correct. They are.
They made a move today.
You can never have enough depth,
right.
And it's another, veteran guy. I think he's 33. Derek Brassard, another centerman. They're running out of money though. That's the problem. The cap is, the cap's in trouble. I think they're down under like $300,000 or something.
Right.
So there's
800,000.
There's no cap space. So God forbid something goes wrong and they need something.
They'll be paying luxury tax.
Well, you have to make a trade at that point.
Right.
At that point,
well,
you have to trade some guys to take some salary off. But you gotta, it's not like you have many that you're gonna be able to take off the books with.
They were
taking all money.
Move JVR. That was the big chunk of change.
Mm-hmm.
And they, whether they unsuccessfully went down that road, I'm not quite sure, but I think JVR is a nice piece, especially with the new formation that they aligned. So I'm looking forward to, again, I'm all about positivity, and I like the direction that the Flyers went. They addressed their needs.
Right.
They realized that, that they weren't the team that everybody thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we see more wins than losses there, and we can make a playoff run as well.
Right.
Brian's asking about Ben mending fences. I don't think Ben really cares, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think he cares one way or the other. I think it's going to be the coach. It's going to be up to the coach. It's going to be up to the big fella. If he's on the team, he's on the team. They got to be teammates.
Right.
Joe Stinger, I think the Flyers will have a better season than the Eagles. Well, they're going to play more games. They're going to play more games.
Let's go by win percentage. If you're
I think that's what he means.
I mean, they should. I mean, they got a lot of veteran players. The Flyers, this offseason with leadership abilities, like you were talking about, and the locker room changed a lot. So I think they should have a good thing. They got a solid defense now around them, and Carter Hart hopefully will take that next step with having that leader, defense around them, and we'll see what Carter Hart was, brought here to do. So
fingers crossed.
Yep,
fingers crossed. I know Joe goes way back with the orange and black, so. It's going to be an interesting year all the way around as we finish up the night talking Phillies. Because
Brady's back.
They certainly have. I don't know I can't form the right words anymore. I really can't. I'm just so torn with this team, and I mean, they're the fourth, fifth highest paid team in baseball, and this is the product that we have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, well, we keep saying it that the reason why they're the highest paid payroll is because we have no farm system, and to even try to be competitive, we have to go out and buy a whole roster and buying free agents. So, they tried to go out and get some big name guys. They missed on some of them, which is a shocker. I don't know how they were able to miss on guys when Klentak and McPhail were making the calls, but they did, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I mean the schedule lightens up a little bit, so if we can actually turn our season around by those bad teams,
that's the problem. We have trouble against the bad teams.
No, it is, but hopefully we could turn that around these last 37 games and make it all better.
It's going to come down to the last week, right?
It can, because we put ourselves in that 4.5 game hole right at the moment.
Right. It's going to come down to the last 8 games.
Yeah, I mean,
my guess.
Well, let's put it this way: the next 12 games are going to tell a lot,
Right?
As far as if we can cut into that lead, because the Braves play the Dodgers and the Giants, and then play the Rockies, which some people may say the Rockies aren't that great, but
so there's two reasons I want the Dodgers to win. Take the Braves out, take San Francisco out.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you're going to have, and not to get away from the Phillies because that's who we are, but you're going to have the Dodgers and Giants battling out, for 1 and 1A, and they'll probably have a playoff matchup.
Yep.
Out there. But welcome Stephanie Brogdon to the show. I know she's just back from a recent road trip out to the desert, and where'd they play afterwards?
San Diego.
Yeah.
More desert.
So we need to bring her up to speed, with the fantasy football, because she's one of the gals that I don't know. She excelled pretty. I may have to dial her in up, get a few picks, because she seems to know more than me on some of these picks.
So on your weeks, we'll know if you're winning because
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I've been known to buy a beer or two. So.
All right. Well, Stephanie, we're doing it this year. We're going to have the same as we did last year, but we're going to have a grand prize for fantasy football at the end of the year. So each week you're going to have to play, and individual scores are going to be counted, and we're still going to be doing the host versus the viewers as well. But the individual scores will be counted each week, and each week we'll announce who was the high scorer that week. But at the end of week 18, we will have a grand total, and whoever has the most points will win a grand prize that we will announce from Carl's Cards and Collectibles on next week.
And we'll show off that big shiny prize next.
Yes, we will
next week
when we're back in the store. So
we
will do that.
Yes.
Although she's not a big Eagles fan, so I don't know what.
We may turn her into one. Now that Connor's here.
Yeah, so. She's not gonna have a choice.
Right. She'll turn around.
Congrats to Connor for fighting through, a tough season. It can't be easy. You know what I mean? Not knowing your role.
Right.
Not knowing the role every night. You know what I mean? He's been pressed into some situations that I wasn't a fan of. I know a couple of weeks ago he got his first start.
Right.
And I just
that was a week ago tonight.
That was a head scratch. What's that?
It was a week ago tonight, wasn't it?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? That's right. Last week.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Stephanie, I'll take the beer in lieu of the prize. See, that's my kind of gal, right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're throwing us under the bus here, Stephanie. I thought we were friends.
I'm telling you, it's girl power on this show.
Yeah, it is. No, it definitely is.
You know what I mean? We're probably we probably would have got crushed by now if Lauren was on. So
right, exactly.
But
that's why they watch the show. They watch it for her, not for us.
Wow.
No, it's okay.
I guess they're disappointed tonight. They got with Manny Moe and Jackass, right?
I call Jackass.
Curly, depending on who you ask.
Yeah, we never got Ryan or Brian to sort that all out. But
exactly.
I guess we need to put up a poll, right?
Yeah, we can do both.
But talking more Phillies, what is there? 37 games left.
Yep.
Right. 37. I don't know. I'm losing
against losing teams.
I just, part of me just falls off the cliff every night.
Yeah.
I just, I used to stay up and listen to the post-game shows and look for words of encouragement, something. And I I like Manny Moe and Jackass. Of course you do. Well, you're stuck with us, so
Right.
And you better play the football pool this year too.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Yeah, we got another one. Scott's on here. He's going to be a new guy that's going to play the game as well. So,
I just I don't know. We're coming down the wire. You got another homestand after the Rays leave, and then you go to Washington. You look at the bottom of the lineup, and that's where I have the problem.
Right.
Because, you've got guys that are not starters. They're filling roles, and they've been filling them for so long now that I just feel like they're beat down. They're beat up.
Yeah.
You look at these guys and they're worn out. They're not everyday players. We've asked them to do too much, and up to this point, they have. They've been solid for us. Yep. Brad Miller and Ronnie Torres at third base. Luke Williams. All of these guys. Jankowski. You're asking them to play center field every night, and the bottom part of that lineup just gives me, I start shaking. I just start shaking because I just they're tired. They've never been in this role before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's difficult. I'm not saying they're that they can't handle it, but they're tired. You can see that in their swing,
yes.
And that's where you're at the end of the game. There's 37 games left. You're at the end of the road here. Yep. You don't have. There's nobody left down at AAA to call up.
Nope.
So John, give me some words of encouragement. I know you're a big analytics guy. I know you're percentages and 37 games. How many games do we need to win?
Well, we're going to have to win at least 24, 25. And and the Braves are going to have to go 2 games over 500 at that point. So yeah, it is a little tough. I get it, but the schedule works out for us though.
Right.
On paper, you have to win those games, but we have opportunities that the Braves have to play the Giants 3 times at home, and then 3 times on the road. They got to play the Padres 4 times out there.
All right, so back it up a sec, because you can't worry about what other teams are doing.
Right, you got to worry about what you're doing.
You can't take care of your own business.
Right.
Just like last night. You can't lose that game. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You've got defensive liabilities all over the place.
That goes back to, like you're saying, having bench guys playing, full time.
You've got Odubel, who's never played left field in his life. He took a bad route to the ball.
Cut it off. Yeah.
It's just you that's not winning baseball.
No, exactly. I'm trying to stay positive about it. I know it's going to be hard.
One game at a time.
Well, right. That's what you got to do. Like I said, if they have a chance, the schedule is going to help them out. I just don't know that it's going to. But unfortunately, now we have Freddie Galvis back in the lineup, and his first play.
He just made an error.
He did on his first play, a throwing error. So, welcome back to Philadelphia, there, Freddie. But he fits in now. But no, like I said, it's always going to be tough. We've thrown away too many games this year early, like we've always done in the past, and that's going to come back and hurt us, I think. But like I said, but all that could be erased if we could just focus on these last 37 games.
No doubt,
and get there.
the focus is still there. The same chatter, out of a lot of your superstars is still there. We got to do better. We got to this, we got to that. You know what I mean? I need production. I need somebody, and I was, 2 weeks ago, I thought it was, Rhys Hoskins. He looked like he put that team on his back and was ready to carry it into the playoffs.
Right.
But he got hurt. And, now you just, Harper's a nice player. He's a great player. But I don't see the leadership qualities in him that I expected. I'm disappointed.
I think he's a quiet leader, and
I never see him talking to anybody in the dugout. He sits there by himself. I never see him engage, in other things that, get up on the rail. You know what I mean? Be a cheerleader for your team. He sits there like ho hum. Let's go get him.
Right.
And I just, it just doesn't, I see Rhys Hoskins, he's up on the rail, even when he's on the disabled list, he's up on the rail, he's cheering for his team. I just see different things out of him that make me want to cheer more for him, night in and night out. Right. There for a while, Gene Segura was carrying you, but, he's exhausted. I don't think he had a day off in 3 weeks.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And it's just it's starting to take its toll. The guys are tired.
Right.
I get it.
That's apparent.
It's a huge problem. Especially coming down, a stretch running, you're trying to make up 5 games. Now I know we have a game in hand. I guess Atlanta's off tonight, so
and tomorrow too. In a weird schedule.
Really?
They got 2 days off. Yeah, well, they played just like we did with the Mets, or they had the Yankees, so they only played a 2-game series. And
okay.
And instead of doing it like the Phillies had Monday off and then go in, they actually have 2 games off back-to-back days, which is a little odd.
That is very odd.
But so yeah, if we win tonight, we win tomorrow, we pick up a full game right there, without even having to worry about what the Braves do.
Right. All right, let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys, that's what I'm saying.
There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
And then we got to beat up on Arizona for 4 games while the Braves go play the Giants. So, like I said, these next 10 games, you're going to know a lot, because if the Braves can sustain and beat the Giants and the Dodgers, then you know what, you're going to have to tip your hat to them, and the division's theirs. But we got to beat up Arizona and Washington during that stretch while they play the Giants and the Dodgers. So, can we make up some games there? Yeah, we might be able to make up all 4 games right there in that stretch if we take care of our business. But that's a big if.
That's really the only thing we can control is that. So that's the only thing we need to worry about.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why you go out there, you do take care of business. And go from there. So, it's just, and then in 2 weeks I'll be having dinner with Dave Dombrowski. I'll be giving him our little push here for the playoffs going forward. So to finish off the season. So yeah, we'll.
When he finds out you're in the crowd, he'll be a no-show.
And Greg's already told him about me.
Words out. Word will be out.
Greg's already told him about me. We're all good.
Buy him a beer.
Oh, I will. Probably a City Vodka, because they're down there at the Hard Rock there. So
there you go.
Very nice. Very nice.
So yeah,
Freddie's up now, by the way.
Yeah. Yes, he is. But yeah, like I said, we'll see what it's gonna be fun. Like I said, these next 10 games will tell us a lot. Before the Eagles season starts,
right?
And it could be still competitive, and they have a chance, or the season's over by the time the Eagles start, and then we're on to the Eagles. But
so either way, something to look forward to.
Well, yeah, that too. But like I said, it's just a shame. We keep going through this whole process over again. you know, each year we keep saying we're going to do this, and you know, we plug holes here and here in the dam, and we got 35 other ones that pop out. But you know,
Philly way.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully, you know, this off season having a full off season with Dombrowski, with a little bit of guidance from myself. After that dinner, we'll get this turned around completely.
Good luck with that.
We will. We
Good
will.
luck. I want to
will.
thank everybody jumping on board with us tonight. I know we didn't get to every question. We tried to. The comments were awesome as usual.
Yes.
You know, we always have a lot of fun on this show. So fun is part of our game.
Mm-hmm.
We try to keep it loose. So Brian Brown, we could be cheering for the Orioles. Now that's a bad baseball team right there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's never going to happen.
That's a bad baseball team. That's a bad owner right there.
Right.
That's a real bad owner. But in any event, you guys got takeaways? I feel like I did a lot of talking tonight. So if you guys got a takeaway, go for it.
You're good, Matt. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, John.
All right. Well, I'm just looking forward for the Eagles season coming up, to evaluate what we have in the manager, what we have in the coaching staff, and also with the quarterback, and see what we got with these young wide receivers. So hopefully, I'm not going to worry too much wins or losses, but if I can see the progress this year with those guys, I'm going to take this as a positive season going, even without a winning record, but that'll be a positive as long as we know we can answer those questions at the end of the year, that we have a good coaching staff that we can rely on going forward, and a starting quarterback that's going to take us somewhere, and we have something positive to take out of it.
All right.
I'll go.
12 wins.
So I was telling you guys earlier, I cannot watch this series because it's blacked out down here. So somebody's got to keep me informed as to what's going on. Other than that, I'm looking forward to next week. Did you want to talk about next week?
I know a guy that can keep you updated with posts if you watch him on Facebook.
Yeah, that's too much trouble. Just text me directly, John.
Wow. Jeez.
Well, actually, next week my family's coming down to visit me on Friday. I believe they're going to get here, so that should be fun.
Nice.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yep.
Excellent. On that note, we will sign off for another week. Mario, thank you. John, thank you.
No
to
problem.
all our great listeners, fans, friends, family. We appreciate all the camaraderie and all the Manning, Mo, and Jackass comments. So we will exit and see you all next week. Take care.
Alrighty.
Have a great week.
You got it.